Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Robin Brown, and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. I would love to be your demonstrator if you don't have one, and you can contact me at my email address, which is rbrown177@neo.rr.com, or you can choose me as your demonstrator when you shop at my 24/7 online store, which is www.robinbrown.stampinup.net. Today we're going to be assembling a paper pumpkin that I purchased in the middle of last year, and then recently there was an availability for me to purchase multiple packages of these, so I gave one to each of my customers who's joining us today. If you have a paper pumpkin of the Hope Box paper pumpkin, if you have one, you're very much invited to work along with us today or to just sit back and watch me assemble some things and give you some alternate ideas. Some of the alternate ideas that I chose came from Julie Davison. I found her on Pinterest, but she is also a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and her address is www.juliedavidson.com, and you can see many of her photographs of her alternate paper pumpkin projects on her website. I hope you stop in and like her page. I have been waiting for some of my other customers to start showing up on the Zoom. It's a very relaxed atmosphere, and we just kind of start right in and go for it. I edit a lot of my mistakes out, and hopefully that's not a problem for you. But otherwise, some of the things we just kind of skip over and leave them in because they're fun. So, without further ado, I welcome you and thank you for joining me this afternoon. Alrighty, so this is the paper pumpkin that we're doing this month. And I'm kind of going to be playing with it right along with you. This is just an empty box, and hopefully your box doesn't have this nice dent in it. This is supposed to be a box that you can decorate up and give to a friend with things that make you happy or things that give you hope. That's the idea of it, to spread the hope, and Lord knows we need some hope around here. So that's the empty box, but this is the contents. We've got a thing of labels in 3 different languages. We've got a stencil page of butterflies. We have some
ribbon.
I think this is Coastal Cabana background layers. We have a sheet of 4 circles and 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 labels. The circles are for putting on your sentiments, etc. You'll have a stamp set, a complete stamp set. Look at how nice that one is. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stamps in it. That's like a $13 value itself or more. I don't know. I don't remember how much they're charging for. I think that's the cheapest one you can get is $18 now. There's a package of dimensionals, 1 whole sheet, so that is 100 dimensionals on there. And you got a sheet of, these are self-adhesive sequins. This is glue dots. And in order to use these as glue dots, you have to take them off with maybe your take the pick tool kind of spatula thing. This gizmo on the end, and you can pull them off. But it has on the other side, it has a there's a a sticker on the back of it that you have to take, but then it's the same as what you would have on the roll. And let's see, what else have we got here? We've got some white layers. We have 3 of these laser cut stencils, and they just pop out of there very carefully. And then they fasten onto one of the other card bases that's in here. And don't throw that away, because I've seen some wonderful cards using that as well. So this is another layer. There's 3 of them, but I have one loaded in the Stamparatus. So the first card we're going to do. And then these are the envelopes, and a lot of the envelopes that I'm seeing have been cut up, and they're actually using the print of the envelope in the alternative cards. But I'm going to show you how to make one of each of the cards as they are made, and then I'm going to try to do at least one alternative. So also this very large butterfly, this one is meant to decorate the front of your box. There's 3 pages of these banners. One of the cards has banners on it, so there's one for each card. This is another set of labels that are already made to embellish the printing that's on the cards that we have. And then we have 3 different card bases. We have I think this is soft succulent, looks like. This one is just kind of strange looking, but when you put this on top, it makes it look like the card, the flowers are colored and the butterflies have some body color, etc. So that's an embellishment for this. That's the way that's supposed to go. And then the last one, I believe, is the new Sweet Sorbet, maybe? I don't know what color this is. I should have looked. It probably says in the directions.
Why would we read those?
Let's see. Maybe it does. Yeah, let's see. Coordinating. Bermuda Bay. So this is Bermuda Bay. Blackberry Bliss is this real dark color there. Bumblebee, that's the sort of yellowish colors. One here. Melon Mambo, this pink is Melon Mambo. And the rest are in words that I can't read, so. Oh, Pool Party. So this may be Pool Party. Probably is. And Poppy Parade. That's this bright color here. All right. So that's the colors you got. Bermuda Bay. I always get that one. Bermuda Bay. Blackberry Bliss. Bumblebee, Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, Pool Party, and Poppy Parade. What a bunch of onomatopoeia. All right, so you also get some directions on how to make a hope box from Shelley. It's in your little thing there. And she's got some examples of what you can include. This is a belly band to put around the box. And then you get a Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Spot. And it's a good thing that this Stampin' Spot was in here, because I can't find my Blackberry Bliss stamp pad anywhere. Even I reorganized my room so you can actually see the bed in this room. There's nothing on it. And So now I can't find what I need, of course. And then you have a roll of 1 inch wide Blackberry Bliss woven ribbon.
1 inch is pretty wide.
Yes, it is. It definitely is wider than I would normally buy. If you were going to use it to decorate the front of it, it's more for the box. So if you see the picture of the bow on the box.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So
Oh, that makes sense for a box. Yeah.
yeah. But there are some alternative things that they have done where they kind of cut that ribbon a little bit. And
Collection of goodies.
yeah, what a collection of goodies.
Yeah.
And that was, this is an example of what you would get in a monthly subscription to Paper Pumpkin. The recent one I got, I think I showed you at last class, was the in color one. And it's very similar. They usually make either 8 or 9 cards. They usually come with coordinating envelopes and all the gems and jewels and everything that you need to make your card. So we're going to start with this first one, which is this card here. And so it's going to use a Pool Party background, a base layer. If I can find these now that I, yeah. So that's this one here. It's got a big big single stamp on it. And of course that comes in all kinds of different languages, 3 different languages. If you order it in a different language, you can get a different stamp set. But always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. So this is the Pool Party stamp. Card base. And it's scored for you, and the color is just on the front. I don't know if I like it that way, but helps you not to have to put a I'm sorry, an insert on the inside of the card, which you can print right on there. And then their directions say the first thing that you're going to do is to stamp this kind of rainbow kind of background piece in Blackberry Bliss. So attempt to do that. The Stampin' Spot is awfully small, but they usually do ink up really well. Just so small that you have to go around a couple times to make sure you have proper coverage. Okay. And when you store those little Stampin' Spots, store them upside down with the white base up and the stamp pad pointing downward. And you'll still be able to, well, not very well. I was going to say you'll still be able to see what color it is because it's printed in the color. But if you leave them like this, the ink is going to run to the back of the pad instead of staying up in the top. See what we got here. Of course, that didn't stamp as well as I wanted to. So now we have to do it again. So let me just line up. Ah, no.
Did you tell us that they're giving the proceeds to this one for this one to the Ukraine? Or relief funds or
My
whatever?
understanding, but I think it's going to a beneficent purpose. You can't get these anymore, so I don't think that it would have been that. I thought she had said it was Ukraine, but I have not found any further paperwork that says that. Unfortunately. Alrighty, so then the directions say to, what did I do with the directions? To use one of these labels that says tomorrow on it. Oh, I have these all messed up over here. I guess I should have left them in some semblance of order.
Why?
What? Yeah, why bother? Okay, I'm trying to find the one with the cutouts. Come on, Robin. I actually did not make any of these ahead of time because I only have one kit and I want to be able to make everybody a sample. Wow. Let me try one more time going through this. That's what I get. Oops. Banners, backgrounds, layers, insert, envelopes. Envelopes. Oh my gosh. There they are. Wow. So we want a tomorrow one. All right. So they say to put 4 of those glue dots from your kit on the back, but just to save time, I'm going to actually use my stuff. But they do give you the adhesive to put a couple glue dots on each corner. And you're supposed to center that. Sort of. And then it's showing a picture of adding, oh, there was a layer behind there first. They didn't tell me that. Well, they did tell me that, but I didn't read it very well. So that one Bermuda Bay layer back there goes on here first. And luckily it's going to cover that spot I just pulled the paper off of. Oh, they're showing dimensionals on here.
Gotta love a pop-up.
So it's really hard to see, but these little dots, that means glue dot. This little hexagon thing, that means dimensional. So I should have been putting some dimensionals on there, which are in the kit, but I'm not going to open it. I'm going to just put some of my own on there. Just because they're already out of the bag. I have to open that bag anyway. So then you take the backing off. I'm going to put one in the middle as well because I stuck glue all over this thing and I don't want it to stick down. And they have these wide borders. I'm not so good at lining them up and getting them straight and even. Let's see how it is. Then they show two butterflies, and I guess it's one yellow one and one like this, two like that. Okay. And they're putting a blue dot on the back. So this is where you'd put that thing that peels off on there, right in the center on the back to show it. Going over here. And this one's going over here. And now they want you to also put a hope to cover the hope and the tomorrow to cover the tomorrow. And they want you to put those on with dimensionals. So they say two. I always put one more. So those. Okay, so then the hope is going to go over to the hope. Oop. Okay, so that's all they have on there. Of course, I would stamp that with a lovely sentiment and what's available in our stamp set here. How about where there is faith, miracles happen? That sounds like it goes good with that one on the outside. So I'm going to put this on a block, a bigger block. Fill it up. also put a little bit of bling on there. And I would do that by putting one of these beautiful sequined things on the butterfly body, maybe. Right there, just for a touch. Alrighty. So that's the card as the kit tells you to make it. Eventually. Eventually got it right. Now this next one, I'm going to try to show you two versions of. And it uses this for the background, which is Melon Mambo. And then it wants you to put, what does it want you to do here? Okay, it wants these banners. And it also put one of those white layers back there, which you can opt in or out of. So goodness, I should be more organized with this. There we go. I want you to put one of these on here with blue dot there, like so. Kind of do that like this. After that. And then they want us to glue these things on here. So let's see, in this kind of an order. This one kind of underneath it here. The idea is to get them all on this white piece somehow. This one's going on top. So we will put these two down first. I guess it doesn't matter which way you put these. Put them down to your liking. Even with the edge here. This one kind of evenly spaced this way, maybe up toward there. Not exactly. None of them are the same height. They show them all different heights. It's down just a hair lower. And it's kind of crooked just a little. And then no, I'm thinking that if I were doing this, I might want to pop one of these, some of these up, but I guess there's a label that goes on top of it. We'll give it some dimension. So, Last one. Way down. So it's not the same. Okay, so that's how I chose to do that. And then I'll have to locate the sheet with the circles. And they want us to put a circle with just a note of hope from the stamp set, which I put over here. Just a note of hope. And I suppose they didn't put anything on the inside because it's a note card. Well, I might put a little something inside there. And then they want you to maybe, yes, pop that up with some dimensionals. And that was just kind of stuck over here. It's just a little bit. And then they want a couple of butterflies on there. They want a Bermuda Bay one and a Melamunda one. Blue dotted. And this one is this one. And this other one is going to go. I'm going to put a mini dimensional on there, I think, because they have it going on top of that label. And if you don't put a mini on there, you're going to have a well, the mini dimensional is not mini enough, but you'll have your wing kind of sticking up in the air. So mini dimensional, you may have to cut it a little bit actually. And then they also show putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these guys on here. Find that tool again. And they're just kind of dotting them around where they think they like them. And more. And we'll put it over here because I like it better there. And then we'll put the last one. Okay. So there you are. Now I'm going to try to show you a alternate of that. You can stamp whatever you like on the inside. for the time being, I'm not going to stamp it. And I would suggest stamping it before you dowel it all up on the outside. So we'll get another set of these, but we're going to take them and we are going to cut them in half. So this is what? This is 4 inches wide, so we're going to cut them at 2 inches. All right. So the sample that I have a little wacko today. A little today.
I use it.
I'm always wacko, I know. All right, so they're going to take this, see how this is speckled? They're going to take one of these white pieces like this, and there probably is a speckly thing in the, there is a speckly stamp in the let's see, I'm going to think that they're going to want to speckle this up with some blackberry glue. And when you're speckling up with this, you can stamp twice, stamp and over stamp, off the edge stamp. Doesn't need to have the whole thing done. It can be in varying degrees of post. All right, easy enough. Then we're going to mount that on the front. Here. Right. Then we're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 of these guys. And we're going to lay them out in a circle around here. So, and then you'll kind of decide where you want your colors to wind up. Put this one here, here. This one kind of, I think I like this one over here now. This one kind of over here. This one kind of over here, yeah. So we're going to kind of get them all together and get them attached down in some kind of fashion, just close enough so that one of these circles can cover all that. I'm going to try to not glue this down because I want to use this sample for other class tomorrow. But you can imagine that that's all glued down. And this is stamped with the same sentiment that was on the other card, which was just a note of hope in the center. And what else did they put on there? Oh, they put 1, 2, 3 butterflies around the edge. So one of each of these butterflies. Put a yellow on the blue. I'll put a pink on the purple. Where is it going to show up the best? Up there, I think. And then a teal one on this over here. Or Coastal Cabana. Okay, so that's the idea of that card, and it will look like. She also put some bling on it too. Can you see that?
Oh,
So I thought that was a real cute alternative. Right. So I'll put that off to the side for tomorrow. I'll glue that all down tomorrow.
Melanie, I think this would be a good project for us to do when I only have use of one eye. Because it doesn't involve, you know, a lot of cutting and all that kind of stuff where you have to, you know.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
No, everything is, well, the only thing I cut on the alternative was to cut those banners in half.
Right.
Everything else is poke it out and
Right.
poke it out and stick it. Okay, so on this one particular piece that I already took the butterflies out of. Oh, I forgot. You see, they on this picture here, they put a piece of that ribbon under the label. They just cut off a hunk of it and put it under there to bring some of the Blackberry Bliss back into the picture.
There's nothing like a hunk.
They've got sequins all over the place on there. So dress it up as you like. So this was the original plan, and then that's the alternative.
I do love that color, Blackberry Bliss. Oh, beautiful.
I don't know what I know. I had one of those. I had one of every color. So now this one you can just use a white card base for. So you'd have an additional card base of your own that you would add to make this alternative piece, and you'd mount this on here. You're going to have to trim it down to the size of the envelope. I think it's okay top. No, it's not really. You might have to make a bigger one. Yeah, that does not fit on a standard card base. So it does if you glue it on and then trim it. Yeah, you have to trim it so that it fits. Okay, so they're like about 1/8 of an inch off of each side, and then you glue it on there, and then they took one of these foreign language ones there, and they popped up this label, and they cut it down a little bit so that it's not the same size. I don't know how far they cut that. And I already put thingies on the back. Let me get another one. This is 1 inch wide. So yeah, so we're going to cut 1/8 of an inch off of both sides. No, okay, that's too much. cutting, grabbed the wrong one, of course. The cutting blade, mat. All right, so they made it look like a kind of a thing, and then they popped it up on top of this one and put a piece of that ribbon. Let me open this ribbon to see what we're doing. It's definitely kind of sheer too. Can you see it? It's like an open weave. They just cut a hump like so and like so. And then they put it under here like so. Hold still there. I'm trying to show these people something. Don't you know that? So you can adjust the size of that, but then they pop this up over the top of that. And that was their card idea. And then they took rhinestones and put it, or not rhinestones, sequins, and put them kind of like around in a circle in those areas there. So that's one of the things you can do with this piece. That's why I say don't throw it away. All right. So let's move on to our next card, which is the one with the butterfly stencil all over it. You also have one of these that somebody used. They just stuck this on the front of the card and then stamped in here their different sentiments. So they use that piece as well. Some of these people are very creative. I wouldn't have thought to save some of those things. All right, so this is the one we want to work with. Yeah. And it uses the background with this one. Okay. And this is where you're going to need some Tombow glue. Okay, so I'm going to just put a puddle in the bottom of my stamping spot here because I don't want to mess up my paper too badly. And then just do it anyway. Go around. There. Over here. You look for the flowers. The flowers line up with these kind of lining up this way. There we go. This flower center here gets a flower, this butterfly, this flower here. Okay, so you probably will have to glue that down a little bit more than just that little bit that I just did. And then they're having you, what are they having you do? Pretty much just put, oh, okay, we're gonna stamp. So we're gonna, we need a where there is. And there is space. So stamp set where there is one stamp. This one is where there is space. So that gets stamp little white piece. Probably went off. No, it didn't. Space. Put this one on the other side. I wonder if those are two different sizes. Nope. So you gotta sneak this on the same little size white piece. That wasn't the best stamping in the world, but and then they're going to have you show that finished card. All right, so we get another hope here. And so this one is going to get popped up. Oh, didn't mean to take the whole thing, but oh well, that'll work. Open the middle. I have found that these paper pumpkins are a little bit more forgiving, like if you make a mistake and you have to peel them up, they seem to release a little easier for a while. Okay, where there is, that wasn't stamped too well, but do. And I put a little blackberry butterfly here. And I'm just going to glue it flat to the both the label and the sentiment a little bit. Touch the sentiment on the corner. And it across there a little bit. All right. And they want a plan in the middle. The sequins come off of here very nicely. Get in the center of that body there. And they only put one on there.
That cutout's really pretty.
Isn't that pretty?
Mhm.
Now the alternate to that I have seen. Let's see if I can find a picture of it right here. Is they take that and mount it on the card front and just cut the white off. The white portion off the front of the card. And then they okay, so here's the one I was trying to show you with the stencil.
Uh-huh.
That's how they did that one. And then this one, they took this and cut it right down the middle and made two cards that look something like, I thought I printed all of these out in a little bit nicer format. Here's one that just turned it the other way. Here.
Mhm.
And there's one that cut the thing in half, but Lord knows if I can find it now. Evidently my thing was running out of. Here it is. So they cut it in half and put half of that teal colored, half of this Coastal Cabana behind it. They cut it this way. Let's see if I can. Four and 3/4. Let's have a 4 3/4. 2 3/8. I think I'm right. All right. So then they put this across here like this.
Mhm.
Actually, they must have cut it the other way, so I screwed that up.
Well, get the
Anyway.
idea.
Then they put this half piece on top with a piece of that ribbon that they just made a flag tail out of the bottom of, and
Mhm.
that label again. And I thought these are all our alternatives that the one lady did.
Hmm.
And this is by using the envelope. And then she just tore the bottom of this paper. She added a piece of Blackberry Bliss cardstock. This one, she used a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock, but you could if you wanted to change it up, you could use this piece here. And then this card here with the big butterfly is done this way. And then she added the white layer and the Blackberry Bliss layer. And then she just put that big butterfly on top. So now that I've cut that the wrong way, I'll have to save that for something else. So anyway, that is from juliedavidson.com. So if you go to www.juliedavidson.com, you can get her 8 different card alternatives. Plus, if you have this pretty pillow box die, you can make these pillow boxes out of the she just cut the cards and added pieces of the envelope to the card base and then turned it into that pillow box. I really kind of like this one here with the sunshine and hope. So, alrighty. So we did the hope card, and that was the 3 cards, and then they used the these pieces to dress up the card box, and the directions are in there in your kit. Any questions?
Pretty clever.
I think so. I hope you have fun with these. You can see how that you could cut these a strip of this and make a rectangle piece out of it. And then of course, you know, you can definitely print your own sentiments in there. I really like that one.
I like the cutout. I think that's really pretty.
And then these all, you can decide which, I think this card is supposed to go with this envelope. This one should go with,
My only problem is going to be I need to make more friends to send all these cards to. These are these are nice, but there's just so many. I need more friends.
and you can make each one different. You don't need to make them hope cards. You can make them birthday. You can make them into whatever you want to make them into, you know, really. But the idea was that for people who are just getting started in stamping, that this is supposed to be a good way to get them going. And if you see the kit, let me take this off. If you see, I'm trying to, never mind. You wouldn't believe me if I, oh, I was trying to poke on the screen because my iPad is a poke tool, and so is this notepad, and so then I tried this, and I don't have touch screen on my computer, so so you just can kind of go with the flow. You can either use their sentiments. I just like that it's an all-in-one thing. And I don't know if you saw, I did post it somewhere, but the kits are very similar to a paper pumpkin, only they show you a picture of everything that's in it. So you know it's not a surprise, the kits are, but they're on the same, they work kind of on the same premise. And right now, till the end of June, they are buy one, get one 50% off. So that, what is that? Like, that's like getting 25% off of each one. But, you know, you have to buy 2. So you get one at full price and the next one at 50. It's like getting 25% off of the price of both of them together. So that's not too bad. And they have, some of the kits that they have are past paper pumpkin kits. And you can also, if you join Paper Pumpkin, you can also, you're also entitled to get past kits for a reduced price, or you can get just refill kits. In other words, instead of getting the stamp set again, instead of getting the ink again, you would just get all the paper products again. And they're only $10 for the refill kits. Now, not all of them have refills, but they, from time to time, add those in. So if you're, I believe you have to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber to get the past kits, but I am. So if you see something that you like, and don't don't be afraid, I can order it for you, so. Because I'm a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. I must have, well, there's at least a stack of 12 of them over there that I haven't done yet, and you figure there's 9 cards in each one. So.
So are you making those for the Lenten challenge next year?
For the what?
The Lenten challenge, 40 cards, 40 days?
Oh, why not? I would think I would
started
want
making my
something more
cards.
Easter-esque, but this hope thing would fit in there, okay? But I'll probably have, by the time I teach the class tomorrow, I will have them all done, so.
Mhm.
So, and if, like I said, if you want to see any of the pictures of those alternates, she's on Pinterest. Follow Julie Davison, and she makes alternates. That's kind of like what she does. She makes alternates of every paper pumpkin that comes up there. So,
Yeah, I've seen her site. Very clever.
from Ascension to Me, lovely cards. I will watch again with audio.
Uh-huh.
All righty.
And
Again, thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed watching and following along. Our classes for next month will be July 12th and 13th, and I hope you will consider joining us then. Talk to you later. Bye for now.